In October 2024, the U.S. Air Force deployed the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber on a mission that shook the global military community. The Houthis, a rebel group in Yemen, had been attacking international shipping vessels in the Red Sea, raising the stakes. Equipped with cutting-edge technology, the B-2 bombers flew across the world to strike Houthi-controlled weapon sites with unmatched precision. This operation wasn't just about military power, it was a show of technological dominance to protect global trade routes. But how did these bombers carry out such a high-risk mission? What made this operation stand out? Stay with us till the end as we break down the precision and power behind this game-changing military strike. It all started in the Red Sea, where a growing threat was emerging. The Houthis, a rebel group in Yemen, had been escalating their attacks on international shipping vessels since late 2023. They weren't just targeting military ships, but were also aiming their missiles and drones at commercial vessels that carried vital cargo across the world. These attacks risked throwing the global economy into chaos, as the Red Sea and Bab el-Mandeb Strait are critical shipping lanes that connect Europe to Asia. The Houthis had become a serious destabilizing force, and something had to be done about it. With over 100 vessels targeted and the threat to international shipping growing by the day, the world was beginning to take notice. The question wasn't if action would be taken, but when and how. That's when the US made a decisive move. The US Air Force deployed 6 B-2 Spirit stealth bombers, the most advanced aircraft in their arsenal, to the Indian Ocean island of Diego Garcia. From there, these bombers were within striking distance of Yemen. The B-2 is no ordinary aircraft. It has the unique ability to fly undetected by radar, making it a perfect choice for this mission. The Houthis might have been armed, but they were no match for the stealth technology that the B-2s brought with them. These bombers were equipped with GBU-57 bunker buster bombs, massive weapons designed to penetrate deep underground bunkers and destroy even the most hardened targets. The plan was simple, but effective. Neutralize the weapon stores the Houthis were using to threaten global shipping and regional stability. October 2024 arrived, and the US Air Force launched the mission. The B-2 bombers took off from Diego Garcia and flew at altitudes that allowed them to avoid detection. Their targets were 5 underground weapons storage facilities in Houthi-controlled Yemen. These were not just any weapons, they were missiles and munitions capable of crippling both military and civilian vessels. The Houthis relied on these supplies to continue their campaign of terror on the seas. If they weren't stopped, the threat would continue to grow. With surgical precision, the B-2s dropped their GBU-57s, obliterating the Houthi weapon stores without a single misstep. The stealth bombers made sure that every bomb landed exactly where it was supposed to, taking out critical assets while minimizing collateral damage. The mission was a resounding success. But what challenges did the US face in getting to this point? Executing this mission was no easy feat. The Houthis knew they were a target and had armed themselves with advanced defenses. Their airspace was patrolled by radar systems and surface-to-air missile batteries, all designed to shoot down anything that threatened their control. The B-2 bombers had to fly low and fast, maneuvering through enemy airspace while avoiding detection and evading potential threats. The risk was high, and the challenges were immense. These bombers weren't just flying across the world, they were flying into enemy territory with high-tech weaponry, relying on years of planning, training, and military expertise. Everything had to go perfectly, or the operation would have been compromised. Thankfully, it did. Every aspect of the mission, from the bombers' flight paths to the pinpoint accuracy of the strikes, was executed flawlessly. Once the bombs had dropped and the mission was complete, the impact was immediate and profound. The Houthi weapons storage sites were obliterated, crippling the group's ability to continue their campaign against global shipping. With these critical weapons now destroyed, the Houthis no longer had the means to disrupt shipping lanes, allowing the region to breathe easier. But the consequences stretched far beyond the immediate military success. The message was loud and clear. The US would not allow global trade to be jeopardized. The successful strike not only safeguarded international commerce, but also restored a sense of stability in a region that had been teetering on the edge of chaos. This operation wasn't just about fighting a group of rebels, it was about protecting the world's infrastructure and ensuring that the global economy could continue to thrive without interference. And in the end, the result spoke for itself: a safer, more secure world. As expected, the operation didn't go unnoticed. Countries around the globe had their eyes on the US as they carried out this high-stakes mission. Some nations, especially U.S. allies, praised the strike for its precision and effectiveness. They recognized that the action was necessary to maintain peace and security in the region, and that the U.S. had done what was required to prevent further destabilization. On the other hand, there were adversarial nations that took issue with the airstrike, particularly regarding its legality and the broader implications for international sovereignty. These nations questioned whether the U.S. had the right to carry out such an operation without explicit approval from international governing bodies. But regardless of the mixed reactions, one thing was clear: the U.S. had sent a strong message. They were not going to stand by and let these types of threats continue to destabilize global trade. As with any military action, the ethics of using force in a foreign country, especially one torn by civil war, were questioned. Was the strike justified? What about the civilians in Yemen? How would they be affected? Though the U.S. targeted only military assets, the humanitarian impact couldn't be ignored. Yemen's civilian population had already suffered, and the U.S. military's actions had to be weighed against that reality. The mission was a success in neutralizing a threat, but it raised important ethical questions that continue to fuel the conversation about military intervention. This operation wasn't just about neutralizing a rebel group, it was a perfect demonstration of modern warfare. The B-2 Spirit stealth bombers, with their radar-evading capabilities and the precise use of bunker-busting bombs, highlighted how technology has transformed the battlefield. Warfare today isn't just about brute force, it's about being able to strike with precision, avoiding unnecessary loss of life, and getting the job done with minimal impact on civilians. This mission also shows the evolving role of the U.S. military in global security. With the world becoming more interconnected and volatile, the ability to respond quickly and decisively to emerging threats is more important than ever. The U.S. military's strategic and technological superiority allows it to act in situations where other nations might hesitate. And this operation proved that point with flying colors. The strike on the Houthi weapon storage sites by U.S. B-2 bombers wasn't just another operation, it was a defining moment in modern warfare. With pinpoint precision, these bombers neutralized a major threat to global trade and regional stability. It was a testament to the capabilities of the U.S. Air Force, and a reminder of the power of technological innovation in warfare. As we move into a future where new threats constantly emerge, the question remains: what's next for global security? What new technologies will change the game? And will other nations step up to meet the challenges of a more unpredictable world? If you found this story compelling, be sure to like, share, and comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated on more gripping stories like this one. You won't want to miss what comes next.